3D Cute Mouse and Flower Acrylic Nail Art Tutorial by Hot Pink Zebra Polish.
Hello everybody! In today's video I'm going to be showing you a really cute little design that is a very cutesy mouse that's holding onto a big flower. This is just one of those cute designs that would definitely blend itself into a set. Even if you wouldn't necessarily want the mouse to be so obvious, it would be one of those things where you wouldn't even notice it until you look really closely and have it be like a little surprise. I hope you guys like it as much as I do, and don't forget to click subscribe to see all my future videos as well.
So I'm going to begin with an overlay of a really pretty, very bright green acrylic that's got these little glitter flakes in it. So I'm just going to apply a thin layer of that glitter mix over the entire nail, and then after that I'm going to encapsulate it with a layer of clear acrylic to make sure that it is nice and strong. Anytime you use a glitter as a base color, you really do want to encapsulate to make sure that the nail is both strong and to protect the glitter from filing. So now I'm going to file the nail into shape with my E-file, using a coarse bit first to remove any bulk, and then a finer bit second to really smooth out the surface texture and make it easier to work on top of. So now we're going to begin sculpting the mouse, and I'm going to use a beige color acrylic, but with a little mouse there's definitely options for what color you decide to make him. White, gray, beige, brown, I mean, you know, you can have fun with it. Or you can go with a completely unrealistic color and make him a blue mouse. Completely up to you. So after I've got that little face shape done, I'm going to be adding his body, and because I want him to be super cartoonsy, that's a new one, cartoonsy, wow, I can't even say my own invented words, and very cute, I'm going to be making his head a little bit on the exaggerated large side and his body on the small side. That'll just add to that kind of bobblehead type appearance that I'm going for. So there's the first ear, and I'm going to be adding the second ear. And at this point, the ears are just done with that same beige color that I sculpted his face and his body with. But if you wanted to go and do a different color, a little bit of a light pink in there would work. So now with some off-white acrylic, I'm going to be adding a little brightness on his tummy. I don't want it to be an actual, like, really intense bright white, but just a cream color. And then a little bit on his snout, right around his nose and his cheeks. And then I'm going to take the color that I want for my flower, and for this flower I'm going to make it really bright pink. That will contrast really nicely against that glittery green background, because green and red are opposites on the color wheel. Applying them next to each other, creating a design with the two of them, really adds some intensity. So I just got a little bit of a flower pattern going around the cuticle area. I love it when there's a little flower design that's super subtle right just along the cuticle line. I think that looks so pretty and so elegant, so I wanted to incorporate one of my favorite styles into this nail as well. So after I have those pink petals done, I'm going to take a little bit of yellow and add just the middle of the flower with that. And then with a darker shade of green, I'm going to be adding the stem. And as you can see, the green that I'm using isn't super dark. It's not like an emerald green or something. It's just more of a grass green. And I'm going to take and make the stem all the way down across the front of my little mouse. So make sure that the green acrylic that you're using here is a little bit on the wet side so that it is kind of moldable enough that you can pull it and create nice smooth lines. And do this in several beads instead of trying to just do it in one. If you try to do it in one bead, you probably would end up with a much thicker line than this really skinny, dainty stem that we're going for. And continue that all the way down. Your little mouse is going to be holding onto that stem when we get to that part, so you want to make sure that the stem goes all the way down to where his hands will be. And then after you have that, you can fill in any gaps. Once you have that first line down, it's a little easier to make it a little smoother, going through and filling in any areas that need it. And then the fun part, at least one of the fun parts I think, is actually adding those little arms. So taking tiny beads of your original beige acrylic, we're going to be adding one arm and then the other arm on either side, just very delicately holding on to that stem. This little mouse is very proud of his flower. And then after you have that done, you're going to need to add his back legs as well. Since this nail is an almond shape and tapers down really to a pretty narrow point at the tip, you can't see much of his feet. But then I'm going to take and start adding some detail with acrylic paint. I'm going to start with a very bright, very pale pink and fill in those ears. Like I said, if you wanted to sculpt that in instead of painting it in, that's definitely a different option. But I decided to just go with the painting route because I think it gave it a bit more of a pigment punch than acrylic would. But then we're going to go through, and with brown acrylic paint, I'm going to be doing the outlines on my mouse. To kind of keep it on that cutesy, kind of dreamy fairy tale side of things, I didn't want to go with really intense black outlines. I wanted to keep everything a little softer than that. So using brown outlines instead is a very effective way of doing that. And you can outline whatever you feel is necessary. Then I'm going to be adding his little eyes with black and his little nose with black. And then a couple outlines here or there where I think it's necessary for them to be black to just be a little bit more prominent. A couple little eyebrows. And just continuing on with a darker shade of green. So this one is going to be more of like an emerald green. I'm going to be outlining the stem of that flower just to make it stand up a little bit more, stand off a little bit more. And then with a darker shade of whatever your flower is, so since my flower is pink, I'm going to be using burgundy. I'm going to outline the petals of the flower and outline the yellow, and then add just a couple little lines inside the flower to give it a little bit more detail. And then we're going to be applying some gel sealer over the green background to make the glitter shine really, really brightly. Cure that, and then apply some matte top coat over the cute little mousey, and that is it. I hope you guys like him as much as I do. I just think he's so cute. I want to give him a kiss. And here is a Melody Minute. Okay, Melody, can you say octopus?
Octopus.
Can you say hippopotamus?
Hippopotamus.
Can you say snake?
Snake.
Can you say tiger?
Tiger.
What about elephant?
Elephant.
And can you say crocodile?
Crocodile.
Good job. A, B, C,
D.
E, F,
D.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O,
P.
Q, R,
S.
T, U,
V.
W,
X.
Y, and now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with
V.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this design, and I hope you got a little laugh out of Melody and her cuteness, and I will see you next time. Bye!